Hi, hello, and welcome back to Nekopara Volume 1, everybody. First off, I do apologize for skipping out last week, but we are back to our normal schedule now. And last time, we noticed that Chocolate is still acting quite strange. We're not quite sure why. Well, quote-unquote, not quite sure. Oh no, Chocolate can't stop her heart from beating so fast, says Chocolate. Just thinking about Master's scent. This feeling inside Chocolate's body. It's so hot and overwhelming. It feels so good to touch Chocolate here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, we're getting into that stuff. Oh boy. Are you feeling any better, Chocolate? Asked Kashao. Ah, says Kashao. Master, it's common courtesy to knock when coming into someone's room, says Chocolate. Huh? Really? Sorry about that, says Kashao. I didn't really get why, but she was pretty mad at me. I never knocked on their doors before now, though. Besides, Chocolate went into my room without knocking, too. Okay, well, I'll be sure to be careful next time, but more importantly, how are you feeling? Asked Kashao. I'd like to take you to the clinic, but do you feel up for walking there? Asked Kashao. Huh? The clinic? Asked Chocolate. Master, what about the bakery? She asked. We're closed. We decided to close up early today, says Kashao. Closed? Huh? Why? Asked Chocolate. Do you think I could leave you be when you're not feeling well? Asked Kashao. Just listen to me and let's go up to the clinic. Do you think you can stand? Asked Kashao. Don't. If you come too close, says Chocolate. What are you talking about? Asked Kashao. You look like you're about to fall over, he says. Come on, I'll give you a hand, he says. I stood next to Chocolate and put my arm around her. Master, says Chocolate. What's wrong? Asked Kashao. Did I hurt you? He asked. It isn't painful, says Chocolate. It's just that sweet smell of yours, she says. Chocolate really doesn't need to go to the clinic, so... She slurred her words as she refused my request. She was definitely acting a lot stranger than before. Enough with that now, says Kashao. I'm taking you to the clinic, okay? He asked. That's the whole reason why I decided to close the bakery today anyways. Come on now, says Kashao. Chocolate is a mature bell-holding cat girl, though, says Chocolate. Chocolate's bell is rational proof that she's a cat girl that can hold back from her instincts. Rational? Hold back from your instincts, asked Kashao. Chocolate. Could it be, says Vanilla. Vanilla pushed her face against Chocolate's body as she sniffed her. I knew it. You came? Oh, shit! Oh! Came? Asked Kashao. You don't mean that mating season thing, right? Asked Kashao. Now that she mentioned it, that was noted in the book I bought before. I thought it was still a bit early for them, though. Chocolate gets it. Chocolate is all ready, says Chocolate. Chocolate understands that Master didn't mean anything else when praising Chocolate, but, says Chocolate. Please always be by my side from here on out, says Kashao. I'm so happy when you're with me, he says. Master? Huh? Asked Chocolate. Well, actually, there's a really sweet smell coming from you, Master, which kind of made Chocolate space out, she says. Since back then, huh, says Cashel. Situations when dealing with a fast-maturing cat girl. I remembered that a section inside the book was titled that. Crap, I think to myself. I thought it was still too early to worry about stuff like that, and I totally glossed over it. Well, just what should I do in a situation like this? He wonders. Master, says Chocolate. She looked up at me with panicked, tear-stained eyes. It was the look of a woman desperately pleading for help. Chocolate, says Cashel. She had completely caught me off guard, and in an instant my face began to redden. This is bad, I think to myself. I could see Chocolate was not herself. My heartbeat started to slow down as it began to throb profusely. Master, says Vanilla. If a cat girl in heat isn't able to let out her feelings properly, it could have an adverse effect on her health, says Vanilla. By let out, you mean... Vanilla, says Cashel. Vanilla was right next to my ears as I looked over at her face. It didn't seem like one of her usual jokes. She was looking straight at me. Besides, says Vanilla, it's because Chocolate loves Master that this happened, she says. I know that cat girls and humans can't have children together, she says. But they can express their love for each other physically, says Vanilla. Express for love for each other physically, says Cashel. What unreserved and certain words. I felt like I couldn't breathe. Vanilla paid no attention to me and continued to whisper into my ear. There are humans out there who make cat girls their life partners, right? Asked Vanilla. Well, you're right, but, says Cashel. Of course I knew there were people like that. I knew just how cute cat girls were, so I wasn't one to judge them. But that being said, Master, you like Chocolate, right? Asked Vanilla. Well, of course, she's important to me, says Cashel. Chocolate and Vanilla were very important, irreplaceable members of the family. This wasn't a matter of liking or disliking them. But that's why in the current of all this, even though you're a human, you've already forgotten, Master? Asked Vanilla. Forgotten? Asked Cashel. We cat girls have to be honest, says Vanilla. We're cat girls, so we have to be honest, says Vanilla. If we really love you, then even if it's troublesome, we want to be with you. That's the reason we want to be with you, says Vanilla. Stuff like whether we'd be happy or not. Even though you're our master, don't you think it's wrong for you to decide that? Asked Vanilla. So, if you really feel that way about Chocolate, then got it? Asked Vanilla. Vanilla, says Cashel. Her slender fingers caressed my cheek. They were the same words as before, and they pierced right through me again, just like back then. Master, says Chocolate. Chocolate really loves Master, she says. Chocolate loves you, so Chocolate wants to be someone important to you, says Chocolate. Chocolate wanted to be praised by you, so Chocolate did her best, she says. Chocolate, says Cashel. Just like back then, you could feel the determination behind Chocolate's eyes and words. She gazed right at me. The reason why Chocolate's body is like this could be because Chocolate is in heat. But still, says Chocolate. But still, the reason why Chocolate loves Master is, she says. And the reason why Chocolate wants to be touched by Master isn't because Chocolate's in heat. It's, well, you know, says Chocolate. It's because Chocolate really loves Master, she says. Chocolate, says Cashel. Master, says Chocolate. Master, says Chocolate. I returned her gaze. As Chocolate took hot, swallowed breaths, still caught in her bewilderment, I gently placed my hand on her tear-stained cheek. I love you too, Chocolate, says Cashel. If you really desire to, then rather than deciding whether it's right or wrong, says Kashao. I'll be honest too, he says. With those words as my vow to her, I kissed her again. Master, Master, says Chocolate. You really are a complex person, Master, says Vanilla. Ah, that's right, says Kashao. I gently rub both the teary-eyed Chocolate and the proud Vanilla's heads. I gently embrace both of them. Okay. You better get going then, Master, says Vanilla. Master, says Chocolate. Chocolate. Chocolate, says Vanilla. Chocolate and Vanilla curled up, completely appeased. Chocolate was all back to normal after being satisfied. Although she could have just been exhausted after all that, and would return to that state soon. There's a lot to raising cat girls, huh, says Kashao. To think that raising cat girls would involve this as well. I didn't think I'd become such a cat girl lover either. Well, I have no regrets, says Kashao. With a slightly perplexed smile, I poked the cheeks of the two cat girls. Master, Chocolate loves you. Chocolate loves you, says Chocolate. If Chocolate is happy, then I'm happy too, says Vanilla. Yes, yes, I love you too, says Kashao. I responded to the two cat girls as they mumbled in their sleep while rubbing their heads. They were like daughters, and even lovers. Those feelings mixed together. If you think about it, as their owner, and as a man, I guess I'm really lucky, huh, says Kashao. Absolutely honest goodwill with no mind games. I guess that's what made cat girls so wonderful. That's what I felt as I gazed at their innocent sleeping faces. See you tomorrow, Chocolate. Vanilla, says Kashao. I softly stroked their cheeks once more. They responded to my caresses while sleeping. Good night, Master, says Chocolate. Night, Master, says Vanilla. I tidied up Chocolate and Vanilla's bed. I gazed upon their precious sleeping faces one last time, and quietly left the room. If you touch me there, oh God. Oh Lord, Master more and more. Oh Lord. Oh Lordy Lordy, Mr. Rustman, we getting into the real parts. Alright everybody, I'm gonna call it here for this episode. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time for more Nekopara Volume 1.